Hi, I wanted to do a video. Oh crap. I wanted to do a video about just me talking about my previous birthdays because my birthday is on Friday. This is Thursday night and I wanted to do that and I want to make a brief video, so let's get started. When I was growing up, there was basically when it was a child's birthday, one of my sisters and myself, we would get the privilege of choosing what we wanted for dinner. If we wanted pizza, we'd have pizza. If we wanted burgers, we'd have burgers. If we wanted to go out to Chinese food, we'd have Chinese food. We would have a cake, but most of the time it's a store-bought cake. I know my oldest sister once got an ice cream cake. Man, those ice cream cakes are expensive. I know you can make them yourself, but I think I think that the store-bought cakes are the best. I didn't like all the ice cream. She liked it though. She likes ice cream more than cake, so that worked out for her. I wouldn't mind having another ice cream cake someday. I keep on eyeballing this strawberry cheesecake ice cream cake that Dairy Queen has, and that looks good. Anyway, when I was older, I got a choose because one time my grandma was really sick, and so my granddad, he's up. She gets up about 9 or 10 in the morning, so she would have to get up about 6:30 to get us to school to make us lunch and if we got cold lunch and the breakfast. So she was sick once. It was just the flu or something like that, but my granddad, he's up at like 5 every morning, so it was just around a couple hours after he got up for the day, and so he him and I get along when he's in a good mood, of course, so he liked making me an omelet, or he liked making me pancakes or anything like that. And we had a joke where he would say, well, what do you want he would wake me up and he would say, what do you want for breakfast? And every morning I would say, well, can you make me French toast? That was my favorite breakfast to have. And so he would say, no, not today, Jody, I'll make you something else. How about an omelet or oatmeal or something like that? So every year I would have French toast for my birthday breakfast. And I know one year my 6th grade teacher, I told her that I got to choose my favorite breakfast, and I got to choose my favorite dinner, and I got to have a present that night. And she said that I was spoiled rotten because I got to choose my breakfast and my dinner, and she was acting like I was spoiled, but she was probably just joking. So anyway, one year, I forgot, I think it was a sophomore in high school. I don't remember. I think it was in high school, though. I'm pretty sure. My granddad, he said, now take a shower, get your jacket, and get your backpack. And he didn't tell me anything about it. And he told me to go into the car. Well, he asked me when I had to go to school, and I think it was 8:15. I don't remember. I think it was 8:15. And he said, oh, we have plenty of time. So what he did was we went out to eat. I had French toast, of course, which I think I'm going to have Friday morning. We have a little bit of Cool-Whip from dessert, so I think I'm going to have strawberry jam and Cool-Whip with French toast. I think that, and for a long time, that's what I had. Every time because I had French toast once a week, I would put, and that was more of a treat, just the standard French toast with syrup and butter. But as a treat, we would have French toast with strawberry jam and Cool-Whip. And my granddad would ask my grandma, he would say, now make sure to have Jody's Cool-Whip and Jody's strawberry jam, because we're almost out. She has to have it on her French toast. So she was like, okay, and he just made a big deal about it and stuff, which is funny. And also, a quick thing, if you want a change of pace, it's rich and it's filling, but there's a one way to make French toast. If you if this sounds good to you, make it. It's good for as a treat. Maybe I'll make it this tomorrow morning. Maybe, I don't know. It's easy. Just make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, dip it into the batter, and then you cook it like you normally do. And it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with French toast. I got it from a kid's recipe book years ago, and it's good. Only a couple of them, obviously, because of how many slices are involved. But that's a good treat sometimes. Anyway, I know I would just get, I don't know what I'd get normally. I know until I was 18th, my 18th birthday, one of my aunts, she lives in a city called Salem, Oregon. She would come over to Portland, Oregon, which was about a half-hour drive, and she would take me out to lunch. Like the previous weekend before my birthday or the next weekend, it depends what her schedule was like. It was always on the weekend, and sometimes I had a day off on Mondays. I think that they still do it. Like one Monday out of the month they would have off, so you'd have a 3-day weekend because of school meetings and whatnot for the teachers. Anyway, she would take me out to Burger King, or I know for years, this is another ball of worms, another can of worms to talk about. For years, she would take me over to, I keep on looking over to the side, I should stop doing that for you guys, or it's just because I don't look at the camera. Anyway, she would take me to a place called Godfather's Pizza. It's a chain, but I really liked the pizza at the time, and they don't make it anymore, but they used to make a dessert pizza, and it was basically pizza crust, but with like a streusel type of thing on top, a little bit of icing, fruit, blueberry, apple, cherry, I don't think raspberry, but I remember it's apple, cherry, blueberry, and that was I think the 3 main flavors, but I have a feeling there was more. Anyway, and then the crumbly stuff that you put on top of a streusel, like a cobbler, and it was really good. I mean, you can imagine it was really good. I would like to try to make that sometime. But they don't make it anymore, unfortunately. But I remember that was a big treat because it was kind of like a bar that you'd pay a little extra, and it was like, because I don't think we would buy a pizza. I think we bought like a buffet. I'm not quite sure, because I know I would take a piece and then sit down at my table, like go to a place, put it on a plate like a buffet, and then go to my table. But I know one time they were just making them, and they asked me what kind I wanted, and they said, well, it's either apple or blueberry or something like that, and I picked blueberry, and my aunt thought it was cool that they let me pick, and it was like, I said, well, I'm here with my aunt, it was my birthday lunch, and they said, oh, okay, well, cool. We would go to a place that's still there, but I went there for my last birthday, and it wasn't that good. Well, it wasn't as good as I remember, but nothing's as good as you remember. We called it the Oregon Grinder. I think it's like the Oregon Pizza, Oregon or something, and that was good. They have arcade and stuff there, like a typical pizza parlor. Almost 10 minutes, I don't know. But until my 18th birthday, then she didn't take me anymore. She said, well, that's as long as I take kids, it's till their 18th birthday. So she got me a video game for my 18th birthday, and that was it. And that's enough talk about my birthday. You know, my birthday's tomorrow, and I'm going to put this up right now probably, because I don't need to edit anymore. I didn't need to edit it if I push the button before the 10th minute. So see y'all later. Bye.